Hi, it's Thomas here. So it's day 20 on the ward. Um, Nearly said the name of the place again, but in a London psychiatric facility. It's the nicest name to call it. So I had my ward assessment today. It's like you're on trial, basically. So you go into a room and you have your consultant, the doctor, the man or woman who you spend little to no time with, but they're the ones who make the ultimate decision. You have someone literally typing up everything that's said without saying a word. You have a member of staff, a nurse or whatever, someone that is actually familiar to you in the facility that says nothing, and whoever you want to support you. In my case, I didn't have my family there to support me. I managed to speak to someone from a charity-run team who called the Advocate Team, and they actually support people in these kind of situations, but they have little to no voice, and so it's very difficult. And so they're talking to me, and there's this distance. It's this distance. They're completely looking at me from a clinical perspective, using their training to take away their whole vision of me as a person of consciousness, which we all are, just one family. We're all just the same thing, and yet somehow there's this distance between I'm a consultant. Even that, going back to words. What does that mean? The con, salt, insult. It's like, yeah, they're a con and an insult to us. Why have that barrier? Why can't we just be like, you're a person, what's happened here? you know and now they're giving me, forcing me antipsychotic medication when I've shown no behavior of mine has been psychotic, and yet they're forcing that behavior on me because I wanted freedom. They didn't want to give me any freedom. I had to fight. I cried in that room just to get a few hours of freedom a day, unescorted. That means that whilst I can walk, I can go outside. I was feeling utterly trapped, because that's all this is. You just feel utterly trapped. And so I'm still here for another week, but I've got more freedom. I've been here for at least another week. It's unbelievable. I'm fine. And they've come to no conclusion. But he wants to feel like he's done something. He's come to no conclusion as to what's wrong with me. I've told him nothing. Nothing's wrong with me. Nothing. We're all just different expressions of consciousness. I've been depressed, and sometimes I have insomnia. That's the only thing. And so this medication, guess what one of the side effects is among a huge list of side effects? I wanted to know as little as possible. They didn't even tell me much about it. They didn't even tell me the name. It just says you're on this. So great. I didn't even want to look at the side effects. It's a huge bloody list. One thing I know that I am suffering with, and that's insomnia. What's one of the side effects? Insomnia. It's madness. And I felt nausea and weakness since taking this. And it's just horrible to be forced onto a drug. And it makes it harder to leave here, because they have to make sure that you take it. It is this thing of put it in your mouth. I want to see you swallow it. They don't even trust that I'll even take this drug, even though I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't have taken it if they didn't do that, I tell you. But they test my blood anyway, so they'll know if I'm lying or not. It's ridiculous. There's no escape. There's no escape. It's ridiculous. I've thought about running away on my breaks here, but it's futile. They'll just get me and bring me back and make it worse. And so I'm just trying to channel this experience into something positive. That's all I can do. I'm just thinking greatly about serotonin, thinking about everything. I'm going to develop this so much. Simulate the ward round, because it's the most terrifying experience, because you don't know how long they might say. They might be like, you're here for another month, you're here for another year. Like, who knows what these people are going to say? And they know nothing about you, and they just want to look at you as a clinical project and diagnose you based on that. And it's horrible. It's horrible. These people aren't bad people necessarily. They actually think they're doing good. That's the problem. They think they're doing good by this. And so with serotonin, I want to go further into these assessments, bring out the doctor character, bring out one of the nurse characters. Some of the nurses seem hypnotized here. They seem hypnotized by the spell of this place. So I want to bring that out. And Sarah have a diary. Sarah be an ex-patient, because she suffered serious grief after her little brother killed himself. And so she was an ex-patient, and go into why that's why she's dedicated herself to life in the home. And because the thing that's missing in a home is fun. And so she works to make sure that patients just have a little bit of fun every day, just so they can hold on to their self and keep going, which is what I've got to do, which is what I'm doing now. And I can celebrate the small victories I have. That's all I can do. I'll be back soon. Lots of love.